clarity. And clarity can lead to association. Clarity can lead to becoming your best self. When you're clear on whatever it is, then you know what you need to do. You know where you want to be. You know who you are. And whenever you start anything, no matter whether it's sports, whether it's a business, whether it's college, whether it's school, whether it's a piece of work, whatever it is, whether it's a race, I don't know what it is that you're starting, but when you're starting something, make sure you're clear on the outcome of where you want to be and of who you are already. Because if your result is up here, but you know deep down that you can only get a result down here, then it's going to be very hard for you to achieve this. Then you're going to feel pain and be like, oh, I wish I did it. Why am I? And then you're going to start talking negatively to yourself. So understand that if you're clear from the start, it makes everything so much easier and gives you so much more power. So again, clarity is something that allows you to find out. If you're clear about who you are, you then know what you do like to do and what you don't like to do. And when you know what you don't like to do, you can cut out all the negative things that you're doing, the negative habits that you've got. This won't happen overnight, but when you're clear on what it is, you can work towards getting rid of these things. So a great example is, I don't like going clubbing. I don't like drinking, going clubbing, anything like that. So for me to do something like that would just be a irrelevant waste of my time. Now, I always say do something that either makes you happy or will make you grow. And if something doesn't make you happy and doesn't make you grow, don't do it. I know it sounds stupid, it sounds very simple, but that's basically what I would say. And for me to go clubbing, I don't like it, and it's not going to make me grow. It's going to make me feel a bit worse in the mornings. I'm not going to feel great. I'm not going to want to get up and do anything. So why would I do something that I don't like to do? Now, if you like to go clubbing and you genuinely enjoy yourself, then by all means, go and do what you like to do. If you're out on a Friday, you want to go and see your friends, you're quite a sociable person, and that's what you want to do, then by all means, that's perfectly fine. But if you don't like it, ask yourself, why am I doing this? And if you're clear on who you are and clear on what you don't want to do, then you can work out exactly what that thing is. And it took me a while to understand and get clear on the things that I didn't like to do, but when I found them out, I started over time cutting them out. Again, like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes more than one day to change a habit, especially an old one that you've done for so long. So get clear on where you are and who you are. So like I said, where you are, where are you in regards to where you want to be? Get clear on that. That's with, especially with goal setting. If you're clear on where you are, then you can understand what is the action that I need to take as of today, as of tomorrow, as of the next day, to get to the next stage, to reach that next goal in life. So there's many different things which clarity can help you with, and the most impactful thing that helped me with clarity, and I've seen help loads of people with clarity, is something called the Enneagram. And the Enneagram is 9 different personality types. It's an ancient, sophisticated personal growth, way of growing, way of gaining clarity, spiritual way of gaining clarity, and tells you who you are. Now, I'm very much not in favor of labeling people, but when I read this, you read one and there's one that will resonate with you a hell of a lot. And when I read my type, I was like, that's so true. That makes so much sense. That is exactly right. And the funniest part was where it said things this number wouldn't do. Now, I'm not going to tell you my number, and I'm not going to tell you your number. You should find it out for yourself. And the best thing you can do online Enneagrams, and yes, they do give you very brief, they're quite a short, quite a brief test, but you can find other people that create Enneagrams. I've personally created an Enneagram, so if you do want the Enneagram, please do message me, and I'll send it over to you. And when I found out my type, I became more of who I was. I was proud to be who I was, and I wasn't worried about what people think. Now, you can't use it in a way that's like, I'm this type, so I'm not going to do that. And that's not how it works. You use the Enneagram to find your best self, so where you are at your worst and where you are at your best. And when you find out where you are at your worst, you can work out and gain clarity on where you are already, which then allows you to push up to the next version, which can find out the next thing that you need to do to get to your best self. And again, this isn't something that happens overnight. This is something that, for example, you could be very narcissistic, but the best version of yourself would be a lot more optimistic. So there's so many different things that you can be. So understand that don't just label yourself, don't just say that's me, that's it, because I've known people that have changed types because they believe something so much, but then they realized I have a lot more traits of this, and when they took a proper test they changed to their actual type. So that's why I do recommend going to someone who's made a proper test, because you just get, it's just a much clearer and much more definite answer. But use the Enneagram and find out who you are. Do what you need to do with the work. So for example, in the work it will say, what makes you tick? What is the reason you do specifically this? And like I said, when I found out my type, I became more me. I wasn't worried about it, and I said, that's the reason, this is what I need to work on. Now, I was always all over the place, doing so many different things. And when I realized that that was what I did, because of my type, I realized that I need to get out and I need to stop doing so many different things at once and try and focus on one thing. And that's helped me a lot. And I guarantee you, when you start to learn about yourself, you find out who you are, you'll be able to then, in return, find out exactly what it is that you need to do right now, as of today, to get to your best self, your true essence. That's what I say is your essence, your purpose, who you really are. So find the Enneagram. Like I said, if you've got a question about it, message me on Instagram. I'll put the link in the bio. Find me, message me, ask me about it. Once you've done it, ask me questions and we can go from there. But use Enneagram to gain clarity, or either way, whatever you're doing. If you're not going to use the Enneagram, perfectly fine. I'd recommend it, but perfectly fine if you don't want to. But find clarity with everything that you do first, because clarity is the biggest and most important thing before you start anything. Because if you're not clear on where you want to go, you're not clear on what you're going to do, it's like starting to build a house and saying, what shape do you want to build the house? Oh, we'll get to that once we've built the fifth wall. What, so you want to build a pentagon shaped house? It depends what you want to do. Have clarity first and you'll get to your destination a lot further. I hope this video has helped you out. If you like this video, please please find me on Instagram, send me a message, ask me questions, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. I'd appreciate it, and I deeply appreciate you watching this video. Have an amazing day.